Hey guys, how's it going? I'm DK.
I'm Rizzo.
And I'm Zero, and today in Anime Reaction Watch episode 10 of Alderaman on the Sky.
If you want to check out our reaction to the 10th episode of Alderaman on the Sky, hit that link in the description below.
And be sure to give us feedback in the comment section because we love hearing from you.
And as always, if you like what you see, subscribe to Otaku Saga, and don't forget to like and share our videos.
And
thanks for watching.
So on this episode of Alderaman on the Sky, the war finally comes to an end.
Yep.
Horribly.
Yeah, not a
Horribly.
very good end.
It seems like there was a set of troops that literally just bum rushed into the main encampment and set the place on fire.
Just sacked the place.
Killed a bunch of people.
Yeah. And other unsavory acts of war crimes.
Rape.
Yeah. At least
Rape, murder, arson, and rape.
You said rape twice.
I like rape. Blazing Saddles.
Ah,
But that quote's totally perfect for that particular moment.
So true.
Yeah.
There was three officers. I want to assume.
Well, at least one of them was an officer above the rank of warrant officer.
but there was.
Well, there were more guys there, but basically Nana, the chieftain of the Sinak people, she ran into I assume what is her house, and found that her grandparents and her basically her whole
family
was
had been
dead.
slaughtered. And actually, well, before all that, we actually get a little flashback to, I presume, to Nana and Ikta as children growing up together. So yeah, it just makes it a little more painful to realize that they have history and now they're on opposite sides.
Yeah, I kind of wish that they would have brought that up a little sooner.
Like the last episode would have been nice.
Yeah, because we've seen her for a while now, and I think that they should have brought that up a little sooner. But basically, she goes nuts, kills a couple of them, and then accidentally embeds one of her swords into a pillar.
You'd think that
It gets overpowered.
a swordsman of her caliber would understand a great deal of sword placement in a room.
Yeah.
Especially with her rather unusual fighting style, you'd think that, being able to do handstands on knife edges, you'd think she'd be a little more aware of her surroundings.
Right?
Yeah. Anyway, so she gets overpowered, and then they talk about raping her.
Yeah.
And then Ikta and Yatori rush in real quick.
And here comes Ikta, and just 100% badass.
Punches out the lead officer and then points a crossbow directly at the other two.
I don't care if you're a lonely warrior or a hero, or a lonely hero or a warrior.
Well, Lonely Warrior.
Lonely warrior.
Yeah, I think it was Lonely Warrior.
I forgot what the rest of the quote was.
I forgot the joke.
But I have no patience for beasts.
But yeah, basically,
Just badass.
he ends up saving her. And then they realize that, so the general comes in, and then a bunch of people, I assume from this holy country, come in, and they're investigating war crimes against the spirits.
Yeah, pretty much this universe's equivalent of the Vatican.
Yeah.
So they come in
And basically, they're just looking for an excuse to invade.
well, won't you know, they have two. Heretic mountain people and, Kashvarna committing atrocities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then Ikta's group is sent to pursue them, and they realize that there's an army of about 12,000 coming. And so they go back to make plans. The actual plan is to retreat most of their forces back to I assume the northern garrison where they came from to defend it. But we're going to have a small detachment of troops stay to
kind of hold them off.
Yeah, to hold them off and distract them. Let's see. Ikta suggests to bolster their numbers using the mountain people. And then goes to apologize to Nana.
And the way of apology is for each travesty against the Sinak people, he cut off a knuckle of his pinky.
He became much less attached to that finger.
He said the first two are because of his role as a soldier, and the last one was his role as an old friend.
I think those were his requests to Nana, not the fingers he cut off. But
there's still an apology there.
Yeah.
It basically, I mean, when you really think about this, I mean, Ikta's forces has killed the majority of her family. That would be like my friend killing your uncle.
Yeah.
You know, of course he did wrong, but you know, we are still friends.
But
if we're on opposite,
and I'm the murderer.
What?
And I'm the murderer in this situation.
I'm just making a point.
I know. And I'm just undermining your point by trying to be funny. Is it working yet?
I know none of this really makes sense, but
yeah, basically, it's an old story from the
it's old
people,
custom,
the Sinek people,
yeah,
where basically for like a really great apology, you're supposed to cut off your fingers. Because I assume in the story, the guy probably cut off all of his fingers so he could never shoot a bow again. I think that's what it was getting at, but yeah, so he cuts off one of his fingers, and then they learn that everybody got a field promotion. Ikta and Yatori got 2-rank field promotion.
The rest get 1, but yay!
So now, and then they all decide that they're staying with the defending force rather than the retreating force.
Better than more responsibility back at the garrison.
Yeah.
So they've also come to the realization that this entire thing has been set up by the
Kyoka Republic.
The Kyoka Republic, who has basically sent a small set of assassins to teach the Synapse about the term holy war and guerrilla warfare and stuff like that. They have also
they were the ones who assassinated the major in that house
and basically started this whole Synak war.
Started the whole war. They were the ones who were attempting to assassinate the lieutenant general, but killed Iskander instead.
And yeah, basically set up the Synak and was it the Alderaman?
Yeah.
Name of the little holy see here against Karshvarna. So damn. Yeah.
Yeah. I assume the whole thing with the Synak was just to weaken not only the northern garrison but also the Synak.
Yeah.
So
because once Alderaman comes in,
Well, from their point of view now Alderaman can, shortening the name obviously, but now the holy country can come in and just like
we can lay waste to the infidels, the infidel mountain tribes here, and also these heretic Kashvarnans.
Yeah,
Kashverman, more like it. Am I right? Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, good on Kyoka for playing everyone like a damn fiddle.
Right. And then so Ikta's plan involves burning down a forest that's in between that the Alderaman army would have to pass through. And so the Alderaman army, relying on a what do you call it?
They call it a guest officer.
Yeah, a guest officer. Basically an officer from Kyoka. on his orders, they start burning the forest too, so they'll burn quicker, so that they can get through quicker. Actually, pretty smart.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And then, so we do hear about this officer. He is the exact opposite of Ikta.
But also a friggin' genius.
He has white hair. He does not sleep, apparently.
All he does is work.
All he does is work. He hardly sits down at all. But he is still a military genius.
I would say switch to decaf, but I think he'd die if he did.
Probably.
Drinks Death Wish. I really want some Death Wish.
Yeah, I really feel that I need it right now. But yeah, so that's pretty much the episode.
Yep, and the next episode of that title.
Lazy versus unsleeping.
Unsleeping.
Well, we know what's going to happen next time.
Nope.
But let us know what you thought of the anime and what you thought of our reaction in the comment section below.
Yep, thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't.
But that's going to do it for this episode of Anime Reaction. As always, I'm DK.
I'm Zero.
And I'm Rizzo.
See you next time. Episode 10 of Alderaman on the Sky.
If you want to check out our reaction to the 10th episode of